Alright, I'm gonna keep this very short and simple, but for those that don't know what's happening, I'm just gonna elaborate on what is happening with Need for Speed at this moment. So basically, um, Criterion has been sent as a supportive studio to work on Battlefield with Dice and some other you know game studios, which means that Need for Speed is kind of on the down low. It's been left on the side for a little bit for the second time. Criterion is not putting the full effort into it because, well, the full team isn't on the, next Need for Speed. What do I have to say about this? What are my thoughts? Well, basically, this is absolutely ridiculous. I have no other feelings besides absolute blasphemous feelings. I'm actually just baffled of what is happening at this moment in time for Need for Speed right now. Like, I thought we were in a good state of racing games. We got the Crew Motorfest that just came out. And I could be grinding that game right now. I have the game. I bought it. Bought my well spent money on it. Could be grinding right now. Even though I grind a lot, I could play in the game right now. But I have to make a video on this right now. I have to make a video about the state of Need for Speed. Just because of EA. EA doing moves like this again and again and again. This is the second time. I don't understand why this is happening again, especially after that Battlefield 24-2 didn't turn out to be a good game. Maybe it's good now, but at launch it was horrible. Horrible for most people. Most people said it was horrible. And multiple studios worked on Battlefield. So how come we have multiple studios working on the game again alongside Criterion, which doesn't make any logical sense to me? Like, I don't understand. Need for Speed is such a substantial and important series in general in the racing game genre, not just in the racing game genre, but in the game genre, like just the entire game genre. It is an important series. We have multiple games, and this multiple games within a massive history. Like, the series started in 1994. 1994. Okay, this is very important for a lot of people, for this series to keep on going, especially me, especially everybody else. I don't get why EA has to make it so that Need for Speed Unbound didn't get enough sales, so we're just gonna let Need for Speed on the down low. You guys can work on Battlefield Criterion. Yeah, just split teams again, and yeah, we're just making another bad, average, mid Battlefield game again. You can't learn from your mistakes, really, if you're doing the same thing again. EA, you're making multiple studios work on Battlefield again. But how is that going to differ from the last time you did it with 2042? How is that going to differ? Oh, you're going to take multiple years on end to make it. Well, will you guys put in the effort? Or will it just be half-assed as it was with 2042? Care to explain? Because I'm honestly just baffled of why this is happening. Unbound was a great game, don't get me wrong. Need for Speed Unbound was a great game, but it could have been even better if Criterion had their full attention towards that game. The game didn't have a full team behind it in development. And obviously, Ghost got canceled with the game before that, Heat, because of certain reasons that doesn't make any sense. Heat was amazing game, and it got a lot of sales. So how does it make sense to cancel that studio or to close the studio? But that's a whole different thing. I don't even want to get into that. We all know what's happening, and obviously with Black Box 2 before that, 10 years ago, a decade ago. But like right now, EA is still doing what EA has been doing for the past 10 years, and I honestly just can't. I just can't. I don't know. I have no words to say other than me ranting right now. You know, it doesn't make any logical sense for me to be having to like talk like this. It doesn't make any sense. And I don't want to be speaking like this. But I have to because I don't want Need for Speed to go away. I don't want Need for Speed to be in the state it was during the early 2010s when it was just making half-ass games when the studios didn't have enough time to, you know, with the run, Most Wanted 2012, with Rivals, you know. I don't want those games again, bro. I don't want unpolished Need for Speeds. I don't care if there's a good game behind it. I don't care if there's potential behind it. I need a good polished game. And having a studio not put their full attention and have a studio be not full to make a Need for Speed, next Need for Speed, is a huge problem. Especially because nowadays that games take a longer time, or that they need more attention, and they need to take a lot. I can't even speak right now how much this is going, because like they need more time to work on the game. It takes a lot more resources to work on the games now, and that kind of thing. That's what I meant to say. But like, yeah. So again, I'm gonna say it again. How and what kind of way does that make sense? EA, what way does that make sense? Like the I don't understand. And basically that's what I have to say. Like, Need for Speed is an important series, the racing game genre and the gaming genre in general. I don't want it to be abandoned like how Midnight Club was abandoned by Rockstar. I don't want EA to do the same thing. It'll be honestly embarrassing and just horrific if that happens. We need to change now. We want Need for Speed.